Hi, welcome to the Gen X Glam and Gab channel here on YouTube. It is great to see everyone, whether you're new, whether you're coming back, welcome. I'm your host, Mom in a Basement, doing a little bit of glam, doing a little bit of Gab, and sometimes I do a little bit of giveaways. I think the Canada Post strike is going to end today, so Shanine, if it does, I will be out at the post office tonight getting your box in the mail. I have no idea what the backlog will be, but I do hope it makes it to you safely and having an optimistic outlook here. I'm offering the last giveaway of the year. It'll be open just for a few days, so I need to close this thing on Thursday the 19th, okay? Because the last day I can go to the post office is Friday, or get something in the mail on Friday. So, as you know, if you're following my story real time, I have been down here decluttering, going through my makeup, and just sort of like, I wouldn't say decluttering. I didn't throw that many things away. I threw a few kind of like crusty skincare samples away that were in like the tiny little tubes. I threw stuff like that away, but I wasn't throwing away palettes or anything crazy like that. But I did reorganize. I did reorganize everything, so I had a very nice purview here to figure out what to do for our end of year giveaway. And it is just like a throw it in the bag type of care package of things that I've either got with gift with purchase that I've had duplicates of, or I won in my own giveaway here at Shoppers Drug Mart, because I won like 4 giveaway baskets in November and December. All right, so let's quickly run through it. And then I'm going to put a tiny bit of makeup down. We are in deep dive December, so I pulled out a few things that that released in 24 that I was like, about, or we'll just talk about. All right, so here we go. Let's just rapid fire through this, and I might throw more stuff in before I send it out, but please read the rules very carefully, okay? This is the e.l.f. bronzing drops. These were a May for me, but all the bronzing drops, I'd say across the board that dropped, were a May for me. You can wear these alone, or they're in the shade rose gold, or they recommend you put a few drops in your moisturizer and then blend it all in. This is the Lancome Absolute. I think it's just a 15 milliliter. It looks like this, and we're going to go ahead and put it on. I've been waiting to put this on because I was like, oh, I'm going to put one of those in the giveaway. I got a few in the giveaway that I received from Shoppers Drug Mart. So I have gotten through, this is my second 15 milliliter sample this year, which if you watch my channel, that is saying a lot about this particular moisturizer, because I pretty much grab for my Charlotte Tilbury. So the fact that I've gone through one of these and I'm almost through this one says a lot. I feel like this moisturizer not only does its job, it has a light scent to it. So if you're like off by scents, maybe it's not the one for you. But really, it is truly light, and it smells really nice and fresh. And the thing I like about this one is I feel like it gives you like a really glassy finish. I don't know, it sinks really well into my skin. It just blends. My face feels so soft right now. I have to hurry up. I can't stay here all day. That's part of my thing as being this mom in the basement. I get down here to my glam station to take a break, do my makeup, just hang out with myself in peace and quiet. But it always seems like the clock is ticking on me. And today is no exception. I have a sick kiddo at home that I'm trying to get a doctor's appointment for. So that already disjoints my day. I'm just like waiting on the edge of my seat for that email. Like, oh, you can bring him in. And then I have to figure out a way to get him to the doctor. But that's another story. Let's keep going in this bag. This I got in Ipsy. This is from the brand Volition, and it's just it's a retinol serum, which I'm not really into. So I'm throwing that in. A lot of these little samples that I like to just toss in. This one's kind of fun, though. This one, there's some Guerlain. These are good samples. Guerlain, Lancome, Charlotte Tilbury. Here's one of her little, it's like a little, gives you a little sample of one of her lip glosses. I threw some other Charlotte Tilbury in here. This is a tiny little sample of her elixir serum, which I used today offline. You didn't see me do that, but I mean, come on. If you want to try it, there it is. Super cute little sample. It even has its own little Doppler. I mean, here's some Charlotte body cream sampler. This is the full size. You guys saw me unbox. This came in the mystery stocking. Yes, this is the Spotlight wand with the Tinkerbell. So that was the Disney 100-year collab. This fun, beautiful little duo Clinique eyeshadow, full-on Too Faced lip injector. Some Estee Lauder. This stuff's great. Overnight advanced eye treatment. Another little sample. This is the MCO Beauty Liquid Blush. Just throwing that in there to get some of that MCO Beauty out in the world, in case you haven't gotten any. In case you haven't ordered any. It comes all the way from Australia. And then this Clinique mascara. So, I don't know. That's what I'm working on at the moment. I hope whoever wins it will love it. I threw in a little e.l.f. eye brush. I might throw in a few more little e.l.f. brushes. So that's it. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make a comment in this video, read the rules, and you'll be good to go. All right, so I put a little bit of my Laneige. This is the candy cane. I love this stuff. You know, Laneige has so many different flavors of their lip balm. I got sucked in, though, to the peppermint ones. I got sucked into one last year, too. All right, I haven't done too much. I did a little bit of color correcting in my nose contour area, but I wanted to save my under eyes for this product. I keep losing this and finding it in my collection. It is from IT Cosmetics. It is their Bye Bye Under Eye Corrector, and it was a miss for me in 2024. I bought it, and I find it to be, we're going to put it on my popsicle stick. I find it to be a bit pasty. I'm even having a hard time squeezing it out of the tube. There it is on the stick. But I'm thinking, though, with this method of application that I learned at beauty school, getting like one of these wedge sponges, just the tip a little bit wet, and then spreading it down the stick, I think that's going to be way better than putting it directly on my skin. But even doing that, as soon as the sponge hits my skin, I feel this super thick formula. And, you know, for your under eye area, I don't know, that's where they say everything, you know, the skin is the thinnest and most delicate, and where you want to be using your more delicate creams and products. That was my chief beef with this product. A little bit thick. Like, look, it's not really blending. It's getting kind of patchy on us. I'll put a little bit more water on, and we have to move on because I spent a while down here before I came online, just sort of like, I don't know, enjoying the peace and quiet of the house, thinking about the day to come. And and before I knew it, I was like, oh no, you got to get going, because I really did want to come on. There aren't that many days left before I'm going on vacation, and not quite figured out if I'm going to be able to set up any sort of mobile broadcasting station. So I did want to kind of try to show up as much as I can this week. All right, I'm just getting a closer look with my microscopic mirror. This does not do anything. Like, look at, there's patches between here and there. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think we're just going to go in with some, I don't know what to do with this stuff. I really, truly don't. There's a lot left in there. It was a hit. I mean, it was not a hit. It was not a hit. Do I have a little bit of, bye-bye under eye? I mean, bye-bye what? I don't know. I don't know about this stuff. All right, let's go in with something else, because we really, truly have to get going. I thought that I could use some of my Wonder Glow primer from Charlotte Tilbury. Let's get a little bit of this going on. I love this. And MCO Beauty, speaking of MCO Beauty, they did their own little knockoff of this product. I just like it. It's like a very lightly pigmented glow sort of primer. I'm going to put it on, I think, with my semi-damp beauty blender. We'll start with just some, because we're in a hurry. When I'm in a hurry, I grab for that beauty blender. That's what I'm hoping this product will blend into that Bye Bye Under Eye pasty paste and help us out here a little bit. Give a little bit of underglow coverage. I did pull out my beautiful skin foundation from Charlotte Tilbury too, where I was hoping if I just used a beauty blender, I could put a few dots around my face and get something going on over the Wonder Glow. What do you think of that? It's pretty. I used my I did use my Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow toner this morning, and I also did use my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Elixir serum. So I have already I did prep my face. It was a bring my hair back to life day, meaning I didn't have to wash and dry it, but I did have to do some leave-in conditioning and a little bit of flat ironing just to get it back to the point of, pulling it back, probably. All right, so this isn't that bad. I mean, it's not, whenever I say that, I feel like, what kind of bar is that to set? This isn't that bad. Hey, speaking of bars and setting bars, so excited. My first non-Xena long form video hit 1,000 views. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I screenshotted it in case it was a mistake. Then I'll always have proof that, no, even, no, I don't think it was a mistake. I hope it wasn't a mistake in the YouTube, accounting department. Here's the beautiful skin shade shade 1 neutral. So yeah, we hit 1,000 views on the Makiage foundation review video that I did. Of all things. I mean, I had no feels at all. I never really have any feels at all when I sit down here and then eventually upload and press record. I mean, do I have some personal favorite videos that I did this year? Since we're in Deep Dive December, I do. But those aren't necessarily ones that got a lot of, attention. Like, I love my lip oil video, my DIY. I mean, I was pretty new in the game when I did it. Little bit cringy, I'm not going to lie. But I had so much fun researching jojoba, the jojoba seed, and, how they extract the oil from that, and how it's in so many of the products we use, and it's such a healing ingredient. I had a lot of fun doing a deep dive into the Charlotte Tilbury perfume releases. She's got people feeling emotions, or she tried to. Those things dropped like a ton of bricks in Sephora. I mean, I was like a fly on the wall around, the time that those things dropped, and heard people talking about them. And even the Sephora people were like, yeah, not so great. And I have to agree, they didn't do it for me. But the idea that she collaborated with, with a world-renowned sort of company that's been in the spices and scents industry forever, and then they had this AI technology that she collabed with to make these colognes that were supposed to make people smell them and feel some sort of emotion reaction from just smelling them. It was completely fascinating. That video didn't do that great either, but I had so much fun researching it. All right, what do we think? Speaking of Charlotte, did I get this beautiful skin blended in enough? I just wanted a really skin-like layer base today, because I am kind of busy today at work, and I might have to just, I don't know. You never know when I have to do a tour, right? Gotta have that base down. Gotta have that base. All right, let's go in with a product. And by the way, the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin is my favorite foundation. It was not a miss for me in Deep Dive December. I will tell you what was a miss. That Bye Bye Under Eye by It Cosmetics was a miss. This Chanel Blush and Cheek Stick was also a miss. Boy, I wish I would have taken this back. I really, truly do. I feel like it doesn't really have a lot of pigment. I found like it was hard to work with, for that matter. Very, very sheer. Let's put it on the... I normally just kind of dip in with my hands and go in with this. So let's put it on the Beauty Blender. Let's put it on a little bit of a wedge. I don't think I want to get this thing too wet though, because it already is pretty sheer. But let's just go in with it. There's the shade right there. I mean, it just doesn't have a lot of staying power. I guess that's my chief beef. Going on kind of patchy. I don't know. It's really not my favorite to work with. I don't really reach for it ever. I don't know why I got it, although I do know that I cashed in Shoppers Drug Mart bonus points to get this. I remember the day. I did it. There aren't that many shoppers that actually carry Chanel, so I was like, and it had just hit it, or I had just noticed it really in one of the shoppers I go to, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you guys carry this. And they're like, yeah, it's new and blah blah blah, and we're It's a pretty nice gondola of selection. It's the only thing I own. It's the only thing I own from Chanel. But I don't know. See, it is quite sheer, but do you see it didn't really pick up a lot of pigment? And this is coming from the person that pretty much lives for the barely there look. But I do sometimes like that pop of color. So I don't know. Just didn't really do it for me this year. And I don't know why I was like late to the game taking it back, but so it was. All right, let's go in with a tiny, tiny bit. I want to get a pop of creamy bronzer down. This is just one that I've gotten from Amazon. I kind of like it. It is not a Mystic. I can never pronounce it. I don't know. Handy Sauna. I think I've linked it before because people have asked. I don't know why I like it so much. It doesn't dry down super fast. I like the shade. I like the color. I like how that it lays down and you can actually see it and it doesn't just like disappear into the skin. It leaves a little bit of a, you know, it does its job. It's actually got, you know, it blends so well. It's one of my favorite creamy sort of contour sticks. And I don't think it was much. I think I got it in a trio. I got it in a trio, and the trio was probably like definitely less than 20 bucks. Probably more in the 12 buck range for 3 sort of sticks. This is the only one that's left. There was a highlighter one. There was one that was kind of like a blush, and then there's this one, and the other 2 have been decluttered. That highlighter stick was really messy. For some reason, I ended up tossing that not long after I got it. All right, we are almost out of here. Let's get a little bit of powder down, set all this cream. Look at these guys. Did we, oh, my hand's a mess. I need to clean my hand, but before I touch something. So do you remember the Click Sticks from, oops, that's a CoverGirl lip stain, but these are CoverGirl lip stains here. CoverGirl lip stains dropped in Canada. They were, I don't know how many months ago, 6, maybe in the spring, and they were like in the $18 price point, although sometimes I was getting them on sale for, I don't remember if it was $11.99. I bought several shades. This is just a few. And then the e.l.f. and the NYX Click lip pens dropped. I did a video that did okay. I had no idea that video was going to do okay, but I have a video on these that did pretty well. I think we got up to 700 views. The chief difference besides the packaging, I said in that video, I love the e.l.f. packaging, so much sleeker than, I don't know, I felt like this neon packaging when they dropped it, which was I think February or March, and it was still kind of cold out, would have been a much more fun summer drop packaging. And I didn't like how all the ends were like neon tipped. But they have the same concept. The pens that click up, the e.l.f. ones have a little tingle to them, and in my opinion, go on a little bit pasty. So but they were cheaper. The shade range for both were pretty similar. e.l.f.'s came in under the $10 price point. NYX did not. And I said in my video when I looked at these things side by side that if NYX could have got these in the if they could have just gotten them in under the $10 price point, I think that they would have done a little bit better. All right, so this one is going viral. This is the shade I picked out. So these NYX pens, and I will agree with this, are supposed to give you like 12-hour hydration. They go on a lot glossier. They feel, I don't know if the word glossy is right. They feel a lot more nourishing. They certainly go on smoother on your lips, and there's no tingle, which I appreciate. And the e.l.f. ones they go on really pasty, and they don't have that smooth sort of glossy feel to them. I really do prefer the NYX pens. For me, it was worth paying a little bit extra for them because, again, don't like the tingly. It's a subtle tingle, but it's there. You know, those, I've said before, like any product that's got to put something in it to irritate, you know, you to the point. We're just going in with some Charlotte Tilbury setting powder, which, by the way, is a holy grail for me. This is not a miss. I'll tell you when it's a miss. Yeah, I just don't like any of the plumping products. I don't want to put something on my face or on my lips that is designed to irritate them just to get a plumping effect that's like, what, gonna last how long? You know, is it really worth irritating my lips for just a very, I don't know, very temporary effect to take place. I'm not going to a fashion shoot or anything. I don't need to plump my lips for any particular reason this morning. And again, the effect is very, I need a bigger brush, very, very, very fleeting, right? It's not lasting forever. All right, let's get a bigger brush to cover my face a little bit more, setting that powder like you can barely, I mean, we're going to put a powder blush on. We're going to go for one of my Guerlain powder brushes, which were kind of pricey in the $50 range, but I really like the formula and I'm really happy with those. Those were a hit for me. I'm going to dig one out here in just a second. Can you even tell we put any of the, excuse me, the Chanel down at all? I don't know. Now I've got a bunch of fallout all over the place here. This is what we're going to go for. This is shade 2, which is Guerlain's soft pink shade. Let's just kind of go and get a little bit more powder down. These have like a really nice scent to them, and I don't know why, but I love it. It's very lightweight. Another one that's very lightweight, just feels kind of clean, and I love it to death. Brings me comfort, what else did I pulled out some eyeshadows, but I don't have time. I'm gonna go ahead and put on a little bit of mascara offline, and I probably will use my Too Faced palette here. It has some of my favorite kind of like neutral shades in it, and I'll probably do a little something on the lids, and then I'm gonna get out of here. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're well. If you're interested in doing that giveaway, you gotta get in while the getting's good, because that thing's gonna close here on December 19th, last giveaway of the year. Yeah, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, take care. I'll see you in the next video.